Hello, friend of mine.
Hello.
Hello, friend of mine. How is today going?
Going.
Yeah, I was really going with a lot of different things over there.
Today is going swimmingly today.
Is it going swimmingly?
Swimmingly, yes.
How delightful.
Delightful, yes.
How delightfully swimming.
So delightful.
So what news? Oh, sorry, wait, no. Intro.
Intro.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
I'm Luke.
Yes.
That's Shannon. What are we going to talk about today, Shannon?
Right, so I'm going to tell us a story.
A tale.
So, a tale, if you will, of a magical, 8-hour trip, essentially. So, I don't know if you know this, my friend, but I recently, as of recording, I've just got back, but in June, I went home for a month.
June? Whoa, no way. What?
Right? And when I say home, I mean where I was born, family is where I should...
Where you were hatched.
Where I was hatched, where I was made...
Like frog spawn.
Like frog spawn, where I was made in a lab, it's where I came from. So I went home, and I went home for a whole month because I was like, don't worry parents, I will cat sit, no problem. Off home I go, as you know. I mean, well, you don't, a big surprise, but yeah, you know. I was back home, and it was the first week of me being back home, right? Back home is also where my brother lives. Now, my brother was like, you know what we're gonna do? Because I'd been saying how I really wanted to go on all the walks, because as you know, where we're from, there's a lot of beautiful nature, 5 minutes away, right on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Trees galore. You put me in the middle of trees, I'm happy. So I was hoping that while I was back home, I would get into the habit of going on a daily walk. And I'd kept this habit. I'd been going on this habit, right? I'd been doing it, not a problem. For the first 4 days, by myself, off on a walk, no issue. Having a great time. Chilled time. Easy time. So day 5 comes around and my brother's like, do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to take the dog and go on a walk? And I'm like, yeah, banging. I love the dog, I love my brother, I love walks, let's go. He can drive us somewhere further. Why not? So, get in the car, chatting away, listening to music. Got a little Barley Boo and a little ball and she's all lovely and I'm happy and it's like, oh look, there's some cows and we pull up. I'm going to be honest and I'm just going to be like, well, this is me. I am very unfit. I am not a healthy person. I am very unfit. I eat whatever the hell I want. I definitely do not get enough exercise. And I'm not going to say I'm not out of shape. I'm out of shape. I know I'm out of shape. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this walk because if there's one thing I've got, it's determination. I hate it and I will complain, but I've got determination. So we were like, right, let's go on this trail. We get out. We have a coffee at the top of this hill. There's beautiful valleys and it's stunning. It is just a bowl, basically. We're at the top of this big...
You're at the top of the hill.
We're at the top... It's not a hill, it's a bowl. It's all around.
You're at the top of the valley.
We're at the top of the valley. At the bottom, it's just really, really far down. But it's like, whoop, whoop. There's hills every side.
Valleys are not known for not being steep, I'm going to be honest.
It's like a bowl. No, I know, but I didn't realise that the trail was a valley. Because when I last did the trail, it wasn't where we went. It was, further down.
You've only walked the flat bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So... I was there yeah, it's fine, it's not that bad. Going down, Barley decides to take a poop on the path that's literally maybe 10 centimetres wide, and there's a cliff down one side and a cliff going up the other, but she's there squatting, taking a poop, while there's people waiting to come up, and we're there sorry, having to pick up the dog poop while trying to also not fall down and tumble to our deaths down into the valley below. But we managed, and we're there, and we're going down the hill, and Barley's pulling, and we're like, oh, hey. So we're going down the hill, and at the bottom of the hill there's lots of nice trees after you've got down the massive cliff, and there's lots of grass, little bridge, there's a beautiful river, and Barley, as you know, loves rivers. She loves
does.
Water. So we see the water and we're going towards that water.
Barley being the dog, by the way.
Barley being the dog, not the brother, the dog. So Barley sees the water and we're going to go over that bridge, we're going to go to where this nice bit of land is and just chill in this water for a bit. As we're crossing that bridge, there's another lady, don't know who she is, but there's a lady in a white t-shirt and shorts, and she's in the water with a dog, and the dog knocks her over. And she falls straight into the water, and she gets full head to toe rivered and is just drenched.
I'm assuming you laughed.
I mean, yeah, we see that that. She's there like, oh no, her friend's like, she's like, we're behind her. She hasn't seen us, and we're there like, just trying to hold in the chuckle. And we're like, you know what? Because we need to laugh and we don't want to make her feel bad, essentially. Well, that's where I was coming from. Instead of walking along the path that was best known that we should have gone.
The one that would have made sense.
The one that would have made sense and would have made it a nice circular trip back up to where the car was that wouldn't have been... It would have been difficult going back up. I'm not saying it wouldn't because I'm not fit, but it would have not ended up being the height that we ended up going on. So what we decided to do, we decided to follow the river round because we can see that there is a path that's following the river. So logically, follow the path that follows the river so Barley can go in the river. Sorted. It's meant to be a big loop. This should be a big loop.
Loops don't really apply when you veer off them, though. And veer off you did.
Veer off we did. So we walked, found another nice bit of grass near the river. Barley's obviously in the river, throwing the ball, going in, just getting it. Great time. We're at the bottom of this massive valley. There's beautiful views. All one side are trees, all another side are hills that are just so high they might as well be seats for giants. And it's just a beautiful time. It's a beautiful, lovely, lovely, lovely time. Beautiful flat valley. Beautiful. So we keep following the path. Instead of going back round, we're assuming that if we stay on this path, we're going to get to the part of the trail that we know exists.
Yeah.
We kept going. Didn't find any flat bit. We'll just keep going. So we just kept walking and walking and walking.
And at no point did you think to turn around?
At no point did we think to turn around. And we get to the end of this path and we're there going, well, we can hear a road. We can hear a busy main road. That's over that little thing. So I don't think we should go that way because that's clearly not the path. Go up this way. Should we go up this way? Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Let's go up this way. Barley just bounds up the hill. And I'm there. And I've literally taken about, 10, 15, 20 at a push steps of this hill that's zigzagging very aggressively and at a very high angle, right? At an angle that is definitely nearly on a right angle. But it's a zigzaggy small path going up this hill.
A sheep trail, as they're known.
A sheep trail. I felt like I would have been fine if I'd been a mountain goat because it was a rough path. Less than a minute in, I genuinely started thinking I was going to die.
You were writing
I was writing in my head my will.
on the back of a leaf.
It was very simple. Everything goes to Bandit. I was there, ready to just accept that death was going to take me already. Now, bear in mind, say this hill is 200 metres. We're 10 metres in, and we still need to get up this hill. And as we're getting up this hill, it is getting more and more vertical as we go up this hill.
As hills are known to do.
As hills are known to do, I was not fine. I was out of breath. I thought that my lungs were going to come out of my nose. I was that out of breath. We got up to the top. I'm going to call it the top because it wasn't quite the top. It was just 100 metres in, But it felt like I'd walked for years up this path that my legs were struggling, right? My legs literally were shaking. I was going up this path and I was just sitting there thinking, if my legs don't hold in, I am tumbling back down that hill.
It was your white whale, if you will, your Everest.
It was my white whale. It was my Everest because I was there if I don't keep walking, if my legs don't keep standing, I'm going to just tip to the side, into the trees, and tumble very ungracefully all the way down essentially what is a cliff, right? Full of brambles, full of nettles. There's stuff everywhere, it's a forest. It's a forest path on a cliff. But, it's fine. My legs, I'm there going, oh God, I'm not going to do it.
I'm just picturing that scene from the newest John Wick where he keeps rolling down the stairs.
Essentially. Well, the best way I can describe it, have you ever seen, basically, anyone that's seen the movie Hot Rod will understand there's a scene where he falls down a hill and he's falling and tumbling down this hill and it literally goes on for 10 minutes. That would have been me. That would have been me. If my legs had decided to go, nah, I'm done, I'd have been falling for years. So I'm there and obviously, white whale, I'm gonna get up this hill. We're gonna do this trail. To do it. About 3/4 of the way in, I was at that point where I was that out of breath and my body was that tired because I'm very unfit. As I said, I'm very unfit. I genuinely thought I was going to vomit everywhere. Right? I hadn't eaten anything, I'd just been drinking water, but I thought I was going to vomit everywhere. I thought everything, my heart, my lungs, my intestines, I thought it was all going to come up out of my mouth and just go onto the forest floor and be eaten by badgers.
I would say scaling a very steep hill without any food in you is quite bold, especially as someone that is not used to it. You know, it's a lot of effort on your body.
I'm not a smart person, I never claimed to be. I'm not saying I didn't make mistakes. I know I made mistakes. Believe me, I know I made mistakes. No, so I genuinely thought I was going to die, and Barley is running up the hill and then running all the way back down to me to make sure I'm okay, and she's like, you okay? You okay? Yeah. And then she's diving back up the hill, and then she's coming all... So she's, you know, getting the work out of her life, and I'm getting the work out of my life, and I'm there thinking, I am dying. We finally get to what I would call the top of the hill. Now, don't get me wrong, for all the leg ache and the breathing issues and the thought that I'm just going to die right here because my heart was going at 1,000,000 miles a minute and my muscles were seized. The view was beautiful. Like, it was worth it. It was worth it for the view, because it was one of those where I stood there and I looked and I was like, I'm going to vomit, I'm going to die. And I looked up and it's like, oh, that's really pretty. And it was worth it. It was worth the pain, right? It was worth the pain. I was like, yeah, we're nearly through the trail. We've nearly done it. We should be coming back round now. Any point, we're going to be getting back to where the pub is, or we've parked up and we can have a coffee and chill. It'll be worth it. Where are we going? So, we're looking around and we see are they called stiles? You know, where it's like the brick wall, like the hard stone wall, and then it's got the thing and the thing, you got to stack up and go over the thing. Is it a stile? What are they called?
You see a thing where you can climb over a wall.
Yeah, basically. And there's an arrow that's pointing saying public path that way. So we're obviously like, right, we must be on the trail then. So we've got to get over this quite high, quite sharp and jaggedy, loose stone wall with a golden retriever. And Barley isn't light. She's a big dog. She's got a bit of heft to her. Do you know what I mean? She's not fat in any shape or form, but she's a big dog.
She's a full-size golden retriever.
She's a full-size golden retriever, and we've both just done a mad walk up of Everest, basically.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm going to go over the wall. I take one step up the step, and my legs are like, nope. So I'm there like, oh, please, just get over the wall. Get over the wall. We're in someone's land. Very clearly, we've gone from being in the woods to being in a farm field. So I was like, this just seems a bit weird. The sign is definitely saying that way. Public path, go that way. So we're following it and we're just like, let's just keep going, let's just keep following the path, following the path, following the path, following the path. Get to the end of the field with a little sign with an arrow saying public footpath, that way. And I'm sitting there thinking, we're going onto someone's actual property. There's a farmhouse. We get onto this farm and we go through the gate and there's, you know, the farmhouse, the barn, but there's a sign that's saying public footpath this way. So we're like, well, just keep going. Takes us to the front gate of what we'd assume would be the farmhouse. Get through that gate, walk up the road, trees either side of the road, get through another gate, and then we look and we're so high up and we can just see this beautiful view of the whole of the valley. And in the distance, and when I say in the distance, I mean tiny little speck, a little becking glimmer of hope in the distance, we can see the hotel where we parked. And we're sitting there thinking, this doesn't feel right, because when we researched, it said the walk would be about an hour and a half. We'd be walking for maybe 3-4 hours.
So not really the same amount of time.
Not really.
And not once did you think we'd gone wrong.
No, we just got so on the walk and then, you know, the hill and everything else. And we were like, right, so we've got to get here. Now, at this point, I believe I messaged a certain somebody. That good way in here.
You messaged me, and I laughed so hard because I enjoy laughing at you.
So we got to the top of this hill and we were looking and we could see the hotel in the distance and we're just in farmland, in the middle of nowhere. We don't know what's going on basically. We're just trying to figure out what we're doing. To which point we get on Google and it's saying, oh, you either need to go all the way back down where you've just come from, or if you want to walk along the path, it's going to be a 3-hour walk to get back to the hotel, which we couldn't work out because anyway. So I messaged you and obviously I'm sitting there like, can you come and pick us up, please?
Yeah, you messaged me like, hey, so we're super lost. And I'm like, okay, well, whereabouts are you?
We're really lost. I don't know.
Crispy.
We have
Stop
an
it.
intermission because
Crispy.
Crispy is being a menace.
Crispy. She's like, I need attention. She was just like, it's been a while since I've been on the podcast. So anyway, yes, you text me.
I did, because I didn't have a clue where we were, and to put it quite bluntly, I was absolutely exhausted. So obviously I'm there like, can you come pick us up? So I'm obviously asking you, and you agree. You say, okay, I'm doing my laundry at the minute, but in 10 minutes I'll set off and I'll come find you. Just find a road. And then there came the next problem. We had to find a road. We didn't know where we were. We just knew back down that way was certain death. It's not worth it. So we needed to find a road. Google Maps is saying, oh, if you go this way, there's a road. So we're walking. More fields. 10 minutes later, we're still looking for a road. But we managed to find some little holiday cottages with a road. That's enough. I've had enough. Luke, we're here. Find it on Google Maps.
Yeah, I was like, ping me. And then I looked at it, I was like, you are nowhere near where you should be.
No. And we didn't know how. Somewhere we must have gone wrong. But we didn't realise quite how wrong we got.
It was horribly wrong.
We had gone horribly wrong. To the point where when you finally did come to pick us up and you got to the road, you had to ask us if that was definitely where we were, because there was a sign saying cars shouldn't go on that road.
Yeah, you'd gone so wrong. I was like, I don't think you're in the place you think you're in the place of. So I drive to you to pick you and your brother and the dog up.
Yes.
And then we drive all the way back to your car.
Yes, to the cafe.
As I point out, being like, this is where you should have been. This is where you should have gone.
So we have a coffee, don't we?
Yeah, we all have a coffee.
We all have a coffee. We thank you with our caffeine and the oat milk latte, I think it was.
It was an oat milk cappuccino.
Sorry, apologies. So yeah, so what do we do after we had a coffee?
We go on a walk because I'm like, oh, can I stretch my legs?
Yeah, no worries. We can do that.
Yeah, I show you the loop you should have done.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go on another walk.
You hate it. You hate every second of it.
Yeah, I was like, I can do it. I figured, yeah, I'll be fine. I can do it. It's going to be mainly flat. Wherever it wasn't flat, I nearly died again because I'd just already been absolutely exhausted by the absolute mountain that I climbed up. So even the smallest hill was just, I just wanted to just jump.
Whilst your brother and I laugh at your pain.
Yes, basically. But I did it. I did do it though.
You did do it.
I did do it.
Admittedly, at the end, I had to break the news to you that there was one more hill to go up.
Yeah, and then I cried. I did it though.
But you did it.
I was about halfway up that last hill. I will never forget that old man that was sat on a bench, and I came up, you were waiting for me, you were like, come on Shannon, we're nearly at the top. We're nearly there. I'm there panting and puffing, and he looks at me, and I'm there like, I'm too fat for this trail. And he just looks at me and he goes, it's alright, I'm too old for this trail. And I will never forget the kindness of that man. The fact that he could make a joke out of himself, even though he was like, probably my great-grandpa's age, and clearly not actually having that much of a problem, just his knees were paining, and I'm there like, thank you for trying to make me feel better, but, you know, I will never forget that man. Kind man. But I did it. I did do it.
You did do it.
But I got home, ate some pizza, slept for like 13 hours, woke up, felt great. And then I got dragged on another walk the day after. Yeah, but it was alright because generic brother made sure that it was kind of flat. There was just a little incline. Just a little incline, not a vertical one. Yeah.
That's the story of your little journey.
The journey that I went on and how we got so lost.
I spent like 4 days with you whilst you were up, and I dragged you on a walk.
Yes, you did.
And 15 minutes into that walk, you were like, I am ready to turn around now.
I am done. I've had enough.
Which was very funny because we have very different walking distance. You said, let's go on a nice walk, which to me is about 4 hours, and to you was apparently 15 minutes. And I was like, no.
We're going. We're still walking.
And I dragged you through some more fields.
And then once again, at the end of that walk, there was a hill back to the car. And I was like, I don't want to, can you go get the car and pick me up? And then there was that old man in the car, like another car obviously, that was like, come on, you can do it, to me out the window as he drove past. And I'm like, so I had to walk the last bit because I had to prove that. Apparently every time I'm having an unfit moment and I'm like, I'm not going to make it to the top of this hill, some old gentleman just turns up and shouts encouraging things at me. Anyway, yeah, and we also had a couple of trash days, didn't we?
We did. We had some very chill days. We watched like a lot. So we have very indulgent taste, I would say. We're big fans of like Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, 24 Hours and all that stuff. Big fans of Gordon Ramsay.
Obviously.
But also, I did introduce you to TLC.
The Learning Channel.
Which I have a very mild addiction to.
Mild. You found out that my parents had TLC, and then I knew that I basically had you guaranteed for at least another 2 sleepovers because you just come round just to watch TLC.
Yeah, I literally bought popcorn and snacks.
We watched that Return to Amish.
Yeah, we watched Return to Amish.
That was really good.
I had to drive back a few days later because the new episode was out, and I was like, I gotta see it with you. We gotta watch it together.
So yeah, we watched the Amish, Hoarders, Buried Alive.
We watched a good amount of £600 Live. But yeah, no, we hung out like quite a lot. So you basically spent a month with your friends and family.
Yeah, it was a crazy month. I didn't stop every day. And
we all loved it so much.
It was so good. I didn't want to come back. And then I had to leave.
Whoa, so that's been the episode. I've been Luke. That's been Shannon.
Hey.
What are we talking about next time?
I've literally just got the the dial-up connection tone in my head.
Just dial up. I do want to talk about revivifiers. Revivify? Resurrectionists.
Oh, yes, resurrectionists, yes.
I want to talk about resurrectionists. You want to do Victorian Dive?
I do.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Check out the Instagram Caffeine Adult Minds for all updates.
Do it.
Whoa. There are little animated things coming out on the Caffeine Adult Minds YouTube channel now that I'm animating. They're really cool. Check that out. Share, follow, support. Check out this trailer. Whoa.
Check it out. Whoa.
Bye.
Boo boy. Bye.
Bye. Check out the Instagram Caffeine Adult Minds on Instagram for all updates.